Any statements or actions in this recording are for entertainment purposes only and are not a representation of the state of Connecticut or the city of Hartford.
Has someone said or done something that rubbed you the wrong way, and you need your feelings about it validated? My court is here to deal with those disagreements, entanglements, and arguments. There will be some tears shed, laughs had, and pearl-clutching revelations, where people are just peopling, and I am here for it. I'm going to settle it once and for all and tell you who is dead wrong.
You're watching Dead Wrong with Judge Foye. Coming up on Dead Wrong, the case of Dem Boys versus Dem Haters. The plaintiff is a die-hard Dallas Cowboy fan and is disturbed by the way the defendant talks so negatively about America's team. The defendant believes it is a waste of time being a Dallas Cowboy fan, and anyone who supports them is dead wrong and should be embarrassed.
Hello, fellas. How are you?
I'm all right. Pretty good. And yourself?
What's your name, sir?
Willie Brody.
And what's your name?
Jerry Williams.
All right. So why are we here today? I'll start with you, plaintiff.
Well, because we're here to discuss the Cowboys being the greatest team ever.
Oh, wow. Oh,
That's correct. That's correct.
You said the what? The Cowboys?
Yes, ma'am.
The what?
Dallas Cowboys, to be correct.
Oh, literally the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I can assume that you don't feel that way? You don't look like you feel that way.
And you're absolutely correct in your assessment. I don't feel that way. They're fool's gold. The Cowboys are fool's gold. They get everybody excited during the regular season, and then they get into playoffs and they're one and done. They're fool's gold.
Okay. When the last time you got there?
They don't deserve to be called America's team.
I'm going to need for you to direct all comments to me, because if you break out fighting, I'll have to call the bailiffs over here to untangle you.
I'm sorry, Your
Yes,
Honor.
ma'am.
All right. So he has officially named I'm assuming your favorite team, Fool's Gold.
Okay.
You don't agree?
I totally disagree. And I also like to ask him, when was the last time you won a Super Bowl? Were you even born then?
Oh, sir, I can ask him.
Okay.
So
yes, ma'am.
you're inquiring if he was even born at the time that
They won their last Super Bowl.
Who is the they?
The Raiders.
The Raiders. Oh, sir, so your team is the Raiders?
Yes, ma'am.
And you believe that they're not the Fool's Gold?
No, they're not the fool's gold.
Okay. So when is the last time they've won a Super Bowl?
In 1983.
Did you say 83?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
Okay, and when is the last time that the Cowboys have won a Super Bowl?
Well, it's not really.
You can't pose a question and then start with the, well, you know.
Well, the bottom line is this here. It was a lot of years after that we won our Super Bowl.
Okay.
And if I'm
Wait a minute, you
correct.
said that we won our Super Bowl.
Okay, let's be correct.
Has it only been one?
We've won 5.
Oh, well, there's been 5.
Please ask the complainant how many they won.
The respondent. He's giving you a whole new name. Has the Raiders won multiple? Have they won multiple Super Bowls?
Yes, Your Honor. We've been there 5 times and we won 3.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
So if you're going to count how many times we've been there, that's a whole different ball game. I asked the question, how many did you win? And
Is it
yes,
Willie,
yes,
sir?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Let me ask a question. Do you, by any chance, have an employment contract for public relations with the Cowboys?
Well, you know what it is? What it is that I'm an American. And the Cowboys.
America, do you see this?
Yes, and the Cowboys is who?
America's team.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, then you got
go.
backup with you, huh?
And also, too, I'm a little confused at who around the world has the most fans.
Now, let me ask you a question. Is it the most fans, or is it something in between the most and fans, like the most passionate fans, the most inappropriate fans? Is there something that's in between that word, those two words?
Well, I do believe that bad press is good press. Any press is press, right?
Press is press.
So therefore, if I'm not mistaken, I want to think that our fans are number one.
Number one.
We have the number one number of fans, which I believe is, if I'm not mistaken, 8.5. I did a little research on it. 8.5 million fans that we do have.
Uh-huh. How many of them are locked up right now?
Well, you know, That's undecided.
That's undecided. Well, let me ask you a question, because it says here in the complaint about the Cowboys that sometimes you guys go dark.
Okay.
Meaning when you lose, if you were supposed to host the party or the football game at your house, you just don't answer the phone or the door and the party's off.
Okay.
Is that true? With your 8.5?
Well, I believe that's human nature.
Human nature.
Correct?
All right. So, Mr. Jerry.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been victimized by a cowboy? Have you been the victim of them just going ghost on you?
Well, I'll say it like this. You know, I don't even feel like wasting my breath on the fans. I like to invoke a friend of mine and use his voice as far as the fans, because I know this guy, Stephen A. Smith, good friend of mine, and he can't stand Cowboy fans. They're the most obnoxious fan base in NFL history, period. That's all I'm saying. That's all. And you can't kill them. They're all over the place. In fact, if there was a nuclear holocaust, out from the rubble would crawl a rat, a cockroach, and a Cowboy fan. I can't stand them, period. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
Okay, should I clap?
That was very cute. But now, let me ask him, who's Stephen A's great friend? Who do Stephen A respect and talk about all the time? After he do all that little tantrum stuff, what do he say at the end of the day? Oh, Jerry Jones is my good friend.
And now, sir, for those of us who don't.
Jerry Jones is the owner.
The owner.
Of the Dallas Cowboys.
He's arrogant, he's boastful, and he don't let the coach coach.
Okay.
Now, is that the same Jerry Jones that took T.O. to lunch and said he was doing a great job and drew a line on a napkin and said, you're here and we're going to go in separate directions? I just heard about it, TMZ or something, I don't know.
And like you just said, TMZ is something.
Okay.
So we cannot say what is false and what is true. You see what I'm saying?
All right, but that's Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys,
I'm
right?
not standing on that. Because just like you said, that's something that you heard.
That's what I heard.
We know that media can kind of, tamper with
But good press and bad press is all press. Did you say that,
doesn't mean
sir?
that it's true.
Oh, I got you.
Except for the 8.5
At
good
8.5.
fans.
Okay. So how did you become to loving this infamous Dallas Cowboy team?
Well, it's quite simple. I'm an old country boy myself. I'm from the South, and at that time, we didn't have the Carolina Panthers or nobody, and we didn't really have a team. So my family just knew, no, Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
Are a newer team. I think about 14, 15 years now.
So
I think they've been
help me out here, because I think I'm hearing that the Cowboys were the only team in the entire South of America?
No, it was Georgia. But what I'm saying is, once again, I go back to what I said earlier.
Okay, yeah.
I'm an American. So therefore, I said, wow, Mom, Dad, what would be the best team for me to go with? They said, well, son, you're an American, so.
Is that what they said to you?
Yes, ma'am.
You were like knee high.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So Dallas Cowboys
Give
is
it
the
to me
American
in your daddy's
team.
voice. Was this your mama or is this your dad?
Both.
They just looked at you and said, son,
yes,
you're
ma'am.
an American and you need to roll with the Cowboys.
And that's what I said. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Yes,
you
sir.
are correct.
Okay,
so I'm going with them.
Now, Mr. Jerry, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you become a Raiders fan?
Well, first of all, I'm from Oakland, California.
Oh.
We're the birthplace of the Raiders.
So you're actually from the area where the team.
Unlike this gentleman here, who just claimed it just because he's an American.
Okay.
So they call this team the America's team, which are fool's gold. So he wants to latch on to something and give it a reason because he's American. But I was actually born around the Raiders. I would see them in the
neighborhood. He's breathing heavy now. Do I need to call in
Here we go.
security?
You see, here we go.
He's showing the shirt. Okay.
That's nonsense what he's talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were born there and you were raised on this team. Everyone you knew, this is your team, town team.
That's right. It's Oakland, California, East Oakland, born and raised. I lived within walking distance of the stadium. I would see the Raiders in the community, and I was born into it.
Okay, so what I realized is that you were here today because Mr. Jerry here made some kind of video trashing America's team. That's your words, not mine. And you don't take kindly to that.
Not at all, especially with that Stephen A. nonsense. And the other thing is, too, by him being born in the Raiders territory. Do you remember that most of the Raider fans come from, let me see. God, what was that rap group name? Because they wanted to represent them all the time. So, that's a team that I should go with. I'm talking about NWA.
I had a feeling you were talking about them.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So since they want to rep the black and all that stuff, so that's how he become a fan.
That's not how I became a fan. I was born in Oakland. I just told you I was born. It wasn't because of NWA.
Wait a minute.
That's all.
Attitude.
No. That's all that was.
That's all I'm saying. Period.
Yeah. That's all that was.
So let me ask, is there a rap group who represent America's team?
Every American.
Every American.
Not this American.
Yes, ma'am. And see, the reason what makes a hater is really
Oh, we're going
people,
to school now, people.
Yeah. The ones that is dissatisfied with what they see on the good side. So you got to say, okay, well, I don't like them because you're not a part of it.
Oh.
See, we don't accept
jealousy.
everybody.
We call that jealousy, envy.
Absolutely. There you go.
But couldn't one just become a fan? Is there fan school? You get a certificate or something?
You have to go through a certain type of criteria. You got to be a certain.
Orientation?
You got to be a certain kind of way. And back in over there in Raider area, you know how they did the Jerry curls and all that nonsense stuff. We don't accept that over here.
What y'all tell Ice Cube?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. No. We don't.
Ice Cube gonna hear about you.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my
And he should.
goodness. Okay. Well, have you in any way taken into consideration that there are others out here who don't particularly care for your team?
Okay.
And that there's room for everyone.
Okay.
And that without the other teams, there would be no football games or no one in the stands on the other side.
Yeah.
And we all watch TV.
And
We
that's
see
why
those fights.
Yeah.
Honey, the one thing I do know is I think all of the Dallas Cowboy fans take an MMA class or something.
Okay.
Even the babies are fighting.
Okay.
So is there room for him to just not particularly care for your team?
Well, it's not about him not caring for the team. You know what I mean? It's more or less like the lesser is over here. So we'll say, okay, there's room for the lesser over here. So that's how we do it.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a whole
Yes, ma'am.
minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Jerry, I think I might have to let you just unleash. I tried.
He got the unmitigated gall to assume that the Dallas Cowboys is America's team.
Here.
That's blasphemous. He got to go. Get him out of here. Period. That's all I'm saying. Case closed.
I'll let you have one more go at a summation, Mr. Willie. I'm going to cross my fingers to hope that maybe there's some room in your heart for the rest of the individuals out there.
Well, like I said, I did do a little research, and I found that there's a couple other teams that is at the top of the list, you know, not close to the Cowboys on the fan base thing.
Oh, okay.
You know, the Patriots, as bad as I hate them, because they're a patriotic team, so they will be closer. Now, ma'am, the Raiders is nowhere in this list of fans. So I don't know what else to say. All I can say is, here we go. There you go.
All right.
Fool's gold.
He's standing on his Dallas Cowboy business. All right. So I'm going to take into consideration everything that both of you have said. And although you've made some valid points, and you've made some very passionate points, some that slid right by me. I'll be honest. Are your parents still with us?
Just my mother.
Just your mother?
Yes, ma'am.
I wish I could call and ask about this conversation because I doubt seriously that she had that with you.
Okay.
But I'm going to roll with it because that's what you're saying.
Okay.
But I am not going to find that Mr. Jerry here is dead wrong because he is only simply saying he has a distaste for your team and how the fans are so verbally present and assaultive
and obnoxious.
But he's directing it to one team. You, sir, on the other hand, I'm going to have to find that you're dead wrong because You have not made room for anyone else in this world. And you believe that you are the superior group and everyone is inferior. And you must fall, sir. We're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, Willie, you came here to defend the Dallas Cowboys, and you were found to be dead wrong. How do you feel?
I feel like that is dead wrong decision. You know what I mean? Because I did give fans to another team. I did support other teams. I said that, okay, I'll take the lesser people and put them over here. You see what I'm saying? So I don't agree with the judge call on that one there, because I did open up and let other fans, you know what I mean, join some other teams.
That's fair enough. Let me ask you this question. Jerry was born in Oakland. You were born in the South. If you were born after some of the new teams came into the NFL, would you choose a different team?
Yes, I would be a Carolina Panther.
You would be a Carolina Panthers fan. But right now you're holding steady that you are a Dallas Cowboys fan, true and true.
Yes, ride or die.
Ride or die.
What did it say? Here we go.
Here we go.
All right. Say it the right way, man.
You heard it here first. Here we go.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Take care, Willie. You were sitting in the audience in the watching this case unfold. What did you feel about the outcome of this case?
Well, the diehard Cowboy fan like myself, we have a rich history. I mean, the Cowboys was one of the winningest teams in NFL history. So, my passion is with them. We are America's team. Under the leadership of Tom Landry, we was one of the most winningest teams throughout the 70s and 80s. More playoff appearances consecutively than any other team.
Now, a lot of people would say sports is a what have you done for me lately? What would you say about the Dallas Cowboys today?
You're right about that. I got two sons that were born in the 90s. And they tell me, Dad, the Cowboys been losing all my life. So I don't know what you're talking about, So, yeah, it's been a minute.
Very clearly, there's two sides to this issue, but some sides are very passionate about it. Thank you very much. So you just watched this whole case unfold in real time. How do you feel about America's team versus Dem Haters?
So Dem Haters, I am a Dallas Cowboys fan through and through since the 80s. And I don't think we have the worst fans. I think the worst fans come from some other teams. Let's take, for example, Philadelphia Eagles. Those are some rude fans. Go Dallas.
You heard it here. There's other rude fans too. Go Dallas. So Jerry, you were just validated as an Oakland Raiders fan versus Dem Cowboys. How you feel about that?
I feel absolutely vindicated. The thing about the Cowboy nation, if you will, they assume that everybody wants to be or should be a Cowboy fan, having the nerve to call them America's team. And that just gets under the skin of a whole lot of people, including me, as a Raider fan born and raised in Oakland, California.
Let's end this on a positive note. Could you possibly say one nice thing about the Cowboys?
I like the colors blue and white.
Thank you very much, Jerry.
You're welcome.